Hello everyone and welcome today. I'm really glad to have with us today the school board member, former superintendent, former educator, and former a lot of things, Dr. Bill Rowe, District 5 School Board for the Lawrence County School Board. You qualified and you're going to seek re-election, right?
That's exactly right.
Tell us up front why you want to continue. You've been in 4 years? You've been in 4 years?
This makes me 7.5 years.
Wow.
It's my second term. Time flies when you're having fun.
It does, don't it? So tell us why you want to run for another term.
Well, I contemplated not running. I'm 65 years old, and why as a 65-year-old guy, I want to go out here and pound the pavement and go to houses. And I began to think, and people talk to me about, well, we have a new superintendent. We have a new associate superintendent. We have a new finance director. Everything's new. We kind of need somebody old to hang around and keep things between the ditches and give some stability to our school system. We have some serious issues coming up that we've got to deal with. We've got an overcrowded situation at West Lawrence Middle School. We have the worst sales ratio in the state of Georgia.
Wow.
That impacts us approximately negatively over $2 million a year in our state funding that we've got to get fixed. And that's got to be done quickly. And I know about these things, and it just seemed like it was not the time for us to lose 43 years of knowledge and experience that I have gained. And I learned what to do, and I've learned a lot about what not to do the hard way. And so I qualified, and here we go.
Yeah, those hard knocks of life. Yeah, and I went and checked every day, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday about 4 o'clock, and then Friday morning I went and checked, and you had qualified late Thursday, so I didn't really know if you were going to qualify because I knew you were contemplating that decision. But former superintendent, educator, how can you help Mr. Johnson coming in? And I know that's one of the reasons you're wanting to stay on the board, but how can you help him in a smooth transition?
First of all, I would not try to dictate to him or try to control him or be out front. I would want to be in the background. You don't see my name in the paper much. You don't see me out front. I just want to be there to advise him if he wants advice, to be there as a pillar of strength that he can call on. And he does not know this county yet. He will. Mm-hmm. And I want to be there for him. And there have been many times I helped Jerry Hatcher mm-hmm. that people don't know about. And he was a good superintendent, and I think Rob Johnson is going to be a good superintendent. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to be fine. But we just need the stability to keep us together.
A lot of new people. We lived here many years, Dr. Rowe, but a lot of new people live here. A lot of people move here every week. They don't know Bill Rowe. So tell them about your family, about Regina, where you go to church, that kind of thing. Just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I went to school in Lawrence County, Cadwell Elementary School, Lawrence High. I got my education from Auburn University. I married. The best thing I've done is married Regina Davidson Rowe.
Yeah, amen.
And married way up there. We have 3 children. They're all teachers. My mother was a teacher. My grandmother was a teacher, and my great-grandfather was
Wow,
a teacher.
I didn't know all that.
We just teach, and that's what we do. And I have 5 grandchildren. 2 of them attend Southwest Lawrence Elementary. My 2 sons teach in the Lawrence County school system. My daughter-in-law, Brittany, teaches in the Lawrence County school system. I attend Cadwell Baptist Church. I love the Lord, and I try to serve Him every day. And I just, my experience in education is long and varied, and I don't think I need to go into that, but I've been a teacher, a principal, a associate superintendent, a superintendent, college professor, a math consultant. I'm also a trainer of boards of education
Wow.
in the state of Georgia.
Okay.
So I've been around, I've been there, done that on most things, and I've done everything but a librarian.
And you've been on the east and west side of the river. I know you didn't say that, and there's a lot you won't say, but so you've served both sides. You have a feel for, a lot of people sometimes think it's 2 different systems, but it's not, and they're a lot alike, aren't they? The east and the west is so much alike, but then
Exactly.
got its own, traits.
Well, young ones are young ones. I mean, if a place has got children in it, I'm for you.
Yeah, amen.
And East Lawrence is a wonderful place to work. It gave me my start. I was high school principal there, and I love East Lawrence. I love Southwest. My children went to West Lawrence. I'm just a Lawrence County man, and that's just about what I know. And
being an educator, Dr. Rowe, looking at, we've got a lot of new faces this year. Your opposition, your opponent in this race is a younger guy in a lot of the races. And I know politics, being an educator, has to fascinate you. And it's got to make you feel good to see a lot of new people wanting to enter into politics, because as you know, if good people stop running, we're all going to be in a mess,
That's
aren't
true.
we? But
That's true.
don't it intrigue you, the political landscape?
It does. It does. Politics, I don't like to think of myself as a politician, but I've been in it since 1988. and while I really didn't want to have this on me these 2 months, it's turned out to be a blessing. Mm-hmm. To get out in the communities and the houses and meet the people and find out their concerns and how they feel about things. You need this. Mm-hmm. In fact, I sort of wish the superintendent was still elected.
Mm-hmm. You were there when it was elected,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I was elected twice.
Yeah, and that changed, I guess, back in the 90s maybe.
Well, the election was 92, and the first appointed superintendent was 96.
Okay, and you was both ways.
I was the last elected and the first appointed.
Last and the first. Okay, before we go now, I know you've talked to a lot of people, knocked on a lot of doors, a lot of people seeing you now, but somebody got a question for you, want to talk to you. How do they get in touch with you?
Just call me at my home. As former superintendent, I'm used to folks calling me. 478-984-4643. And I love to talk to people about education. I like to talk to people who have some negative feelings about us. And I love to debate that and help them have a better understanding. For example, there's a word going around that we hired 3 people to take our finance director's place. That's absolutely false. We hired 2 part-time people. Mm-hmm. When our beloved Tanya Smith died, we hired 2 half-time people to take her place. And so we have the same number of actual positions that we had for years.
Right.
So there's a lot of misconceptions, and I like to clear those up.
And if you wasn't out amongst the people, you might not hear some of those things.
You would not know.
You're kind of insulated from that. But
That's
yeah,
exactly right.
And that's another advantage of this system right here working. So,
That's right.
and a lot of new ideas will come out of it. The number's right there on the screen. Dr. Bill Rowe, District 5, Lawrence County School Board. And if you got any questions whatsoever, you call them at that number on the screen. Thank you, Dr. Rowe. Appreciate
Thank you,
joining.
James.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for joining us today.